It's been a while since I've had my vintage Kyosho Raider out here. This was my first hobby grade RC car. I bought this back around 1990. I was about 14 years old when I got this car, and I could have never have dreamt of this car going much faster than it did back in the day. It was going probably about 14 miles an hour, so not very fast. It is the fastest Raider known on the internet. It's gone 61 miles an hour with a pretty mild brushless setup in here. I have a Surpass Hobby F540 motor, 4300 kV. And then other than that, I have a 60 amp Surpass Hobby ESC, real cheap. This combo here is like, I don't know, $45 or so shipped. I'm running a Dumbo RC receiver and transmitter as well. Also, I do have a custom 3D printed idle gear in here. The stock one's 36 tooth. The optional Kyosho speed idle gear is 32 tooth. I'm running a 30 tooth. And then I have videos on how you can fit an 18 tooth pinion gear in here with the 32 tooth Kyosho idle gear. But you can run a 20 tooth pinion gear with the 30 tooth idle gear. So huge thank you to the folks up on the Facebook Kyosho Raider group that helped me get the 3D printed idle gear. There's somebody on there that developed it. And of course, when you go smaller on the idle gear, you can go bigger on the pinion gear. And of course, that makes the car go faster. Now, it went 61 on that 32 tooth, 18 tooth combo. Went 61 miles an hour on that combo. But I tweaked the suspension and did a few other things. And after that run, it wouldn't track right. The car was all over the place. I couldn't even run it on 2S. So today I'm just gonna do a 2S shakedown run. Last time I was out the same spot, I get up much above 35 miles an hour. The car go all over the road. It slammed into a traffic barrel last time out here. It wasn't good. So I wanna see how fast it'll go with these new Hoons tires. These are 14 millimeter hex, but in a few days before I release this speed run video, I should release a video on how to fit different axles in this car. Because I think what the problem may be is the stock axles on this car, they kind of press fit onto, the hexes press fit onto the axles, and they don't grab real well. And mine were really worn, and one side in particular wasn't spinning well. So maybe what was happening is that was slipping, making the back end act real funny, thus messing up the handling. I'm not entirely sure, but I have a detailed video on how I put in new axles that can run hexes with a pin. So I have 12 millimeter hexes on here with a pin going through the axle to hold them in place, so I don't have that issue with them possibly spinning because of the crappy stock design. And that then allowed me to run a 3D printed adapter from 12 millimeter to 14 millimeter hex adapters and run these Hoons, these DeBoot Hoons tires. These should be good up to probably over 100 miles an hour. Not that this car will ever go that fast. It's just way too light to go really fast. But my problem with the other tires I was running is they would balloon so badly, and that would cause additional handling issues, make the car prone to flipping over. And I've really tore up my original body here with so many crashes. Hopefully that's sorted out, but enough talking. Let's see what this thing does. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll respond. For battery today, I'm running a CNHL 2S 4900 milliamp hour Shorty 120C LiPo. This thing is an extremely powerful Shorty LiPo. It fits in the Raider well with a slight modification to the battery tray. And I like that it actually puts the weight to the right because the Raider is a little heavier on the left with the motor and everything on that side. So this makes the bounce of the car pretty even, and this battery has power to spare. So definitely, if you're looking for a LiPo for your Raider, CNHL 4900 Shorty is an excellent choice. Oh, but I forgot to mention, I'm running the winter evening bearings in this car. They have bearing solutions for most popular RC models, including many Kyosho Raider cars. So definitely check them out if you're looking for some bearings. They're a supporter of the channel, so please definitely check them out. Okay, and the GPS is zeroed out. and reading. Let's see what this thing does. I have a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this thing trying to get the handling sorted out, so I really hope that this works. All right, it's not looking promising. I was just trying to get the steering trim right, and this thing is all over the place already. I don't understand. I almost wonder if there's something wrong with the servo. I don't know. It's infuriating because I've spent so much time working on this, and it's just all over the place. I don't know what's going on here. I might need to try a new servo. I mean, it's all I can do to keep this thing going kind of straight. So this did not fix the issue, although it does seem like the tires are at least working well, and my time spent getting the Hoons tires on here was not wasted. But why the steering is so wacky, I'm not sure. Almost lost it there. I'm gonna end up crashing the car. Look at that, it's all over the place. And I wrecked the freaking car. All right, here's the battery. I need to find my GPS. I doubt it's still in the car. It likes to go flying. No, it is still in the car. 49 miles an hour, nearly 50. So that's pretty good. But the handling issues are definitely not sorted out. So 49, nearly 50 miles an hour. This car routinely goes 19 miles an hour faster on 3S than 2S. So I think this car would be in the high 60s, probably somewhere around 68 miles an hour if it would go in a straight line. And as I've said in my previous videos, I can't even begin to think about running this thing on 3S again until I get these handling issues straightened out. So I just don't understand what the problem is. If I put the car up here, let's see, if I get into the throttle, the steering's not jumping all over the place or doing anything crazy. So I just don't understand what the problem is. It makes no sense to me why the steering is so messed up. I mean, the correct's fine. I really am just at a loss as to why this car handles the way it does. At lower speeds, seems okay. Well, it doesn't. There it goes. It's twitching. Bam, it turned right. It's got to be the servo. I don't know. Some of you guys that are more versed in these vintage cars, let me know. The most confusing thing is, at one time it handled great with this same receiver, the same setup, but not anymore. And you know what? Is this an FG? No, it's just an F. It doesn't have a gyro. Just to be safe, I'll completely turn down the gyro. And no, it's still acting up. Look at that. I was coasting and it pulled sharply to the right. Not touching the steering right now, and bam, to the right. I don't understand what's going on. And as far as the steering linkages go, they're good and tight. I just don't get it. Why is this thing hopping all over the place? The steering, I thought everything was, really set up good in here now, and it's still acting up. I don't own a better servo to put in here. Maybe I'll have to invest in one. I just do not understand what the problem is here. Oh, nothing. The steering's not doing anything weird. I'm turning it now myself, and it looks like it's behaving perfectly normal. Again, I'll hit the throttle. I'm turning the steering using my chin. It's hard to do here. That's me turning it. When I'm not turning it, nothing. Just do not understand. Now these definitely move around a lot, but I think that's just inherent with the car. Not much I can do about that. So yeah, I don't know. And it'll go left and right sometimes. Let's see what happens if I turn the dual rate for the steering pretty much all the way down. I almost wish I had a way of mounting a camera on the car to see if, you know, I could see then what's going on exactly. Great. Well, I bumped into my car and the screws, I can't get them back in. I don't have a screwdriver here. So that's it for today, but hopefully that's enough troubleshooting. Somebody might have some ideas. The only other thing I can mention is I did lower the suspension. I put fuel tubing in here from a nitro car just to lower the car, making it, you know, more stable at speed, I thought. I don't know why that would mess up the steering in this manner, but maybe I pull that out. That's literally the last thing I can think of. But thanks for watching, and again, I appreciate any input that may help me get this thing sorted out. Take care.